All right, it's about 8:16 in the morning. I shot a deer about 8 o'clock, I'd say. There she is. It was definitely bigger looking in the scope and from the tree stand, but I'm hunting for food, not necessarily for the size of the deer. So we're gonna have to gut her and then drag her all the way back to the truck. I don't think I'm gonna go grab the hand cart and bring it back out here all over again, but yeah, it looks pretty lightweight, so should be no problem. As you can see, a lot of you guys don't know, but my very first deer was also shot pretty much in the same location here at this same spot here at Summit Lake, and I did a similar shot right here. I was aiming here, the bullet's somewhere inside here, but it busted up the arm here. The deer couldn't run very far. I'm interested to see where this trophy copper is located, how far it penetrated, and which organs it hit. So let's go ahead and document this and get some pictures there. Okay, there's the doe. Entrance wound. I do not see an exit wound, so that's kind of good because I always like to be able to recover the bullet and see where inside of this deer it is. And I might not be able to get to it until I get home, but right now we're gonna gut it. If I find it, I find it. If not, we'll find it when I gut it. But that is a big, massive hole, probably about the size of a quarter. Okay, it's gonna get a little bit messy. Okay, young deer. We're gonna try to pinch off a little bit here. There we go. Just a little incision right there to open it up. Try to keep some of this hair back. But you just want to cut that skin without getting into the organs too much, if at all. Nice little gut hook on the end of this knife. Opens it up real good. Really sharp. You can see all that steam coming out. Let's see. Okay, start to see the guts coming out. Careful. Got the intestines coming out now, but we gotta make sure they don't cut anything. Look at that. Now this spidery looking stuff here, that's called Caul Fat. A lot of people like to save that to get some good juicy meat when they cook their deer meat. And let's see. And here's the rib cage. That will be the hard part. Okay, so it's not too hard getting through here because I think when I shot the deer, it probably really exploded some things here. The bones are not too hard to cut through. Kind of cut up there like that to get the lungs and everything out. Really want to open that up, make sure that the body cavity is starting to cool down. Oh yeah. Ooh, I don't know if you guys could hear that. It was like a... Alright, here you have the liver, intestinal cavity, Looks like that's the stomach. Alright. Oh. Gonna get behind the deer and try to push it that way. Hopefully some things fall out. Got the lungs right here. And yeah, the lung is all kinds of messed up. And that's just one of the lungs. See if I can get it out of there. Oh, I really gotta get in here too, actually, though. Ooh, she stinks. Gotta break this bone here. Gotta get that urethra out. And the butthole. Can't even find the heart, actually. It's a bad heart shot, I'd say. Still haven't found the bullet. Let's just make sure. Don't feel any lumps. Get back in here, actually. Come on. There we go. Cut that all loose and it'll flow out that way. There we go. You don't want that to infect your meat. Let it drain a little bit. Might be enough to at least start dragging her out, huh? Finish the rest at home. I got more time and everything. And if I take out the lung now, you know, that bullet might be in there somewhere and I might lose it, and I don't want to do that. Alright. There's the guts. One quick look just to see if I see any bullets. No wounds or anything, so the bullet did not make it to the guts. Alright, I'm going to put the deer up on his front, maybe let some blood drip out, and then let's get going. Back up, keep going. Nice thing about small deers is they're not so heavy. All right. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Yeah, it's a cold day out today. You can see that steam coming right off the guts there. But yeah, I got the deer on her stomach right now to let her kind of bleed out a little bit while I pack up here and get going. All right, I'm all packed up, ready to go. She's gutted right there, and we're gonna start dragging her out. It's probably gonna take me about 45 minutes to an hour or so, but we are early in the morning, so we don't need to rush or anything like that. So we'll see you there at the truck. Man, this walk is brutal. She's not that heavy, but it sure makes a difference when you're carrying a 30-pound tree stand on your back. But man, I was sweating. All right, it is now 10:17, 10:18. I finally got back to my truck. I left the deer at the park, or the park office, just so I could make it back to my truck without passing out. And then I'm coming to go get it right now. So that was probably a good old, hour walk or something. All right, we're about to hang this deer up. Got the old thingy here. And the deer's stiff. I got all this ice that's about to fall out. We need a knife. It's not a good knife. Hold on. Grab the knife from the hunting trip. I'm gonna have to wash it anyway. Well, we got one hole there. Okay. So we get the holes in there like that. Line this up how you want it to be. Less like that, I guess. Get one in there hooked in like that. There we go. Once you get it in there like that, you can just pull this down and hoist her up. Oh, hey, she's dripping. Let me get a bucket. Hang on, guys. Now take the truck off. Away a little bit. There we go. Let her drip in the bucket there for a little bit. Okay. So I'm probably gonna clean up a little bit, let her hang a little bit, let some of that blood go through, and then we'll be back out here to clean her up, get all that meat out of there. What do you guys think? Not too bad of a deer. Got a good amount of meat up there to fill up the freezer. Not much room in there anyway. So, all right, let her drip. All right, so we're gonna get started here. She's been hanging for about a couple hours, I guess, and the reason you want to hang them is so that you can stretch some of this meat and muscle out, because once the deer dies, the body's system starts to I don't know what it's called, rigomoris or something like that, where the muscles get really stiff and everything, and then the meat is so less tender that way. So she's been hanging. Typically, if it was a little bit colder in the garage, I'd probably let her hang a little bit longer, but it's 54 degrees. So we don't want to wait too much longer because I want to get this done and relax some more. So I always put on these fancy gloves. Harbor Freight. Kind of helps if you want to not slip on the knife, or if you accidentally have the blade come in contact with your hand, you won't. These are pretty thick, they won't cut as easily as fast. So we're going to begin by taking the skin off after I move this ice. Or actually, what's interesting right now is to get the lungs out. As you can see, One of the lungs is completely deflated, kind of stuck on the inside there. And then the other one, hopefully that's where the bullet ended up. And we'll start looking at that to see if we can recover it. But for now, cut out this lung, get blood on your arm. Comes out a lot easier hanging than when you're out in the field. I don't see the bullet. I hope I didn't lose it. I think that was a piece of bone that fell out. And then there, so you got, looks like a big long vein. Doesn't look like it's too small to be an esophagus. The white thing there is the esophagus. It's like a corrugated tube. Let's see, I'm just gonna cut it off here so we can, oh, it's still a little warm. Oh, thing is tough, so I'll have to cut this way then. All right, it is out of there. The lungs, and let me take a look here on the cardboard, see if I can find the bullet. And I'll show you guys that. Oh, ah, okay, there's the heart. The heart is completely intact. I thought I blew that thing to smithereens. But nope, it was the lung that was blown to smithereens. Nice to not waste as much as you can when you harvest an animal. You gotta appreciate it. But yeah, there's the heart. Nice and cold. So we can preserve that. So I have not found the bullet. I don't think it's in the lungs. It's got to be inside this cavity somehow. So I shot the deer through here. Well, I think we're just going to have to start cutting to see if I can find it. Alright, well, let's take the skin off. Worry about the bullet here in a little bit. Maybe look one more time in the lung area. I need some towels, but have this apron, I guess, for now. Okay, for the old fancy skin, I'll just use one of these fancy fillet knives. We'll start up here at the top and start peeling it down. And it's pretty warm in there, so the skin and the fat do hold in a lot of heat. I mean, down here in the chest cavity where I had the ice, it was pretty cold. The heart was pretty cold there. And I'll just kind of go up to here and cut around it. Take that skin off. Get between the skin and the meat and just let the knife do the work. Sometimes I wish these hangers don't spin on you. Every time I'm working on it, I'm spinning the deer around. So the name of this deer, I'm going to call her Dawn the Fawn, because she came out at dawn and she's a little one, 6 months old or so maybe. But you know, they state deer reduction hunts here in Indiana. They want you to take anything and everything, especially doe. So I didn't think twice when I saw this. She came up off to my right. I heard she wasn't very loud either, but I did hear some rustling around and looked over, and there she was sniffing the leaves. And she heard me get my gun, but she didn't get startled. So I waited for her to kind of move up around some trees so I could get a cleaner shot on her. And she was kind of coming straight in on me, which I was hoping she would turn a little bit so I get a cleaner shot through the heart or something, but she kind of quartered, so that's why you see the shot coming in at the front of her chest, right where her shoulder is, I guess. And that's where I shot my very first deer too. And you know, she didn't go very far, maybe about 30 yards off in some brushes, so it was a little bit of a pain to go look for her out there. And once you get that, by the way, you can just start peeling. It just starts to come off easier. But yeah, she ran there, but you know, with a broken arm like that, you're not going to go run far. And I waited up in the tree stand maybe about 10 minutes before I got down to come get her or find her. And she was dead when I found her. She wasn't breathing or anything. So she did lose the blood in her lungs and heart. Well, the heart was not destroyed, but the lungs were pretty much obliterated. So good ethical kill shot. No suffering. Kind of worried because when I first shot the deer, she jumped huge. I never saw a deer jump that high. Maybe because I haven't hunted that much, but I mean, I have, but this is only my third deer, so she jumped pretty high, leading me to believe maybe I missed or it wasn't a good shot. But it was a good shot, clearly. I hate this thing moving all the time. It'd be a lot faster if I could get this from moving so much. I don't know what you guys do with the skin. What do you guys think I should do with it? I mean, the other one from my deer is still in the freezer. I thought about tanning it, but I've never got around to it. Or what other uses do you guys use with it? I mean, do you save it or do you actually just throw it away? There we go. A little knife hole in there. Oops. So if I made it into a rug or something, it's going to have a hole in it, other than the bullet hole. All right. Let's work around the butthole. Be careful you don't cut into the poo if you see any. Yeah, you probably want to wash your knife. Best thing would be to have that cut out of there during your gutting process, your field dressing. But I didn't get that. Here you guys can see. See if I can cut through that bone maybe. There we go. So we got the tail with it too. So now I should be able to pull her right down. Get some help maybe with the knife. Oh, it's nice and warm. These deer stay warm out there in the woods. All that fat and fur. They don't get cold like we do. Now this muscle here is attached to the skin. It's between the layer of fat, the body here, and the skin. That's for the deer to kind of shiver off the flies or whatever is bugging them on the back. You know how you twitch the muscles? Okay, this is where I shot the deer. Big old mess in there. Okay, I'm gonna have to work around the front legs now here shortly. Oh, that's a good piece of muscle or meat. Let's not waste that. Right part of the arm, so I accidentally cut into that because the skin was all, when you got all this damaged meat, kind of hard to keep track of some of that. But we didn't lose anything there, we just sliced it open. Right there. for the right arm. Huh. I see a hole where the elbow is. I don't know. Maybe I did get an exit. No, I couldn't have. We'll take the skin off and see if I got an X hole, but I don't think so. Almost thought I did there. Maybe I did. Who knows? We'll know more when I get that off here. There's the hole. Well, who knows? Holy crap. I didn't know this one was that damaged. I'm wondering if that is the exit hole, and I do have an entrance hole here. Bummer. I was really hoping to keep that bullet like I did the first year. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. I have a bullet of it that I could show you later about how well it expands in the in the deer. I'm not even sure if it had much time to expand. It didn't even go that. It seemed like it went in one arm, maybe jostled around, and came out the other side there. I have to look at the original video of the deer to see if I can spot that other hole or not, or if I made that hole with a knife. Okay, the arms are free. Now we gotta work around the neck once we get it lower. Probably about as much meat I'm gonna get off anyway, about up to there. So that could be a fine spot to stop. All right, that looks good. Let's cut it off right here. Stop moving. All right. Now we'll just go around here. This is where you get a lot of hair, so after this I'll clean my knife. I don't want the hair on my meat. It is really thick up around their ears or their head. There you have it. The deer skin. So I see a hole right here and a bigger hole over here where I shot it. I don't know if you guys can see that. I might just cut this off real quick. See if I can. Here's the leg bone all jacked up from the shotgun shell. Splintered that bone pretty good there. Ooh, isn't that neat? It moves. When you move the leg a little bit, that's the everything's still together. That's the tendon moving the joints and everything, but no bullet in there. Kind of inspect over here a little bit more, then feel around. Nothing there. Nothing there. Inside the cavity. When I say inside the cavity, between the rib cage and the arm here, feels flat and smooth. So, dang, I screwed up her rib really good. Nor I didn't have to cut so hard to get through there because it was already done by the shotgun bullet. All right, I'm pretty sure I lost it then. Pretty sure that had to have been the exit, the other side. Went through here in the front of the deer, and it probably jostled around and came out the other side there, because I didn't recognize that damage earlier until now. And it didn't get up into that area. So, well, sorry about that, but I can show you guys another bullet that I did recover, the same kind, Federal Trophy Copper. And that stuff I really like. It does a great job. Have not had any failures with it, and all 3 deer that I've killed or taken have been shot with the Federal Trophy Copper. First one, same situation. The bullet did get lodged in between the skin though on the outside, in between the skin and the rib cage. The second one was a pass through right through the heart, and now this third one, I guess it passed through too, went through the front of the arm, broke a lot of bones and sternum basically, and went out the other side of the arm. Okay, so I just went ahead and grabbed my knife and cut off some more of the fat. It's really easy to shave off the fat by just taking the knife and just cutting it off like that, and then grab the 2 tenderloins inside the back there. So we'll save those. They're small on this deer, but man, they're good. Next, I'll start working up here at the top, work my way down, and then come back to you after that. All right, now we're about ready to take off the back straps. I kind of sliced off the shoulder blades here a little bit. We'll get to those later. And as you can see, I already grabbed the rump and the thighs and everything there. We're not done yet with everything, but I think right now I want to get the back straps out. And those are the long strings of meat on both sides of the deer there. So it should be quite easy to get out. Just cut along the spine all the way down, and it's getting up into that neck muscle. And some people, you know, these are their favorite parts of the deer. Perfect steaks. And it's just, you know, the meat doesn't taste so hard or anything. It's very tender and soft and really juicy. Okay. Want to make a good clean cut because you don't want to waste it, right? You only get 2 of them. And then here, right where the upper part of the rib cage, and maybe you can see that, that's where they rest. So here, we'll have to try to go in between all that, all the muscle line. And once you get to that point, you can actually just start to cut it off. Gonna do a clean job here. Don't really want to rip the meat. Just want to cut it. Cut it along the top of those ribs. And there you have it. One of the back straps. It's pretty good meat. You can cut some of that stuff off if you want when you prepare it. But yeah, this is amazing. Well, I'm pretty much done here, guys. I'm gonna finish cutting off a little bit more here and then freeze it in the freezer bags, or actually it's gonna be the vacuum sealed bags. But anyway, it was a good experience. It's always good, I think, to do this yourself. I mean, you could pay somebody to do it, but I don't know if they really are giving you all of the meat that you can possibly get, you know, cleaning up every little thing. But in this case, at least you know you know what you're getting, and you can say what you want. But yeah, it's always good because then, you know, you want to respect the animal and not let anything go to waste. I love hunting. I love the meat. I love the taste. I like making jerky, and it's just a great experience to get out there and enjoy nature and all of that. So I think that does it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you guys want more of these types of videos, let me know. Maybe I'll make some more, but I'm not going to go hunting anymore this year. My freezer is going to be full, and it's a lot of work, and I've got too many other hobbies. So if you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you got any comments or feedbacks, just go ahead and leave that in the comment section. We'll see you guys next time.